I'm Peter Au. I'm with Sen International, working in China and also doing theological education, but also a writer. I wrote commentaries. My exposure to orality basically came to about 15 years ago when I was working on a commentary on Ezra, and then later on the Chronicles. Ezra and Chronicles have a lot of stories on the narratives. So I was exposed to narratives, to stories, and how they tell stories and compare how Chronicles and Kings and Samuel, how they told the story differently. So during this process, it was a span of 15 years when I was working on these two commentaries, that I was exposed and transformed in a way to narratives. Even my wife commented that in my preaching I use a lot of stories, or more and more storytelling in my own approach to education and preaching. Now, it was during my time that I was writing these commentaries. I also minister in China to train the pastors in China. Some of them are tribal people. So I work in the villages. They're basically oral learners. And I remember one time they asked me, how do we control these congregation when their attention span is so short? They would sing while you preach. So I would just explain to them that instead of controlling them, you work with the pace. That is, in about 15 minutes or so, you design a song that correlate to your theme, and then you keep on telling the story. Now that really helps them and also me as I was ministering in China. So coming back to my involvement in orality, in fact, I'm really a beginner, a learner. And last year I was in Mongolia ministering there, and I met a colleague of Orality International. And basically he works with the oral Bible, and my eyes was exposed to orality. And when I was invited to this consultation, it was an eye-opening experience for me to see that many people are involved in this, and I can learn so much from them. And I benefit a lot from this consultation. In my own personal teaching later on, I would use more storytelling. In fact, really, it's a transformation. Let Christ's story, his story, be in my story, and transform me. And also, my story aligns with his story, and that will be his will be done in my own life. Thank you.